Bonjour tout le monde, Utakata J6 back once again for the final episode of this series of the Minecraft Let's Play. It's been quite a long time since I've been in here, but I basically want to just catch up on where we've been recently. In November or December, when I was finishing this playthrough, we were actually up in the top north corner of the world, and we were looking at the Fallout adventure map. That was the second adventure map I'd done in the middle of the Let's Play, and it was interesting for a while, but after a while decided it wasn't really worth continuing the Let's Play on that map. Anyway, this is going to be the 50th episode, so I've decided, in light of all the recent things that have been happening with Minecraft, it's right about time to move on to working with Better Than Wolves, as I've been really saying since I was going to do, all the way back since episode 0. Before that, though, let's take a look. I've put away most of the loot I brought back from the Fallout map, but let's take a look at some of what's left. First of all, you'll notice that I have got myself a chainmail chestplate and boots. Sure, they're items you can't really get in the game, but it was certainly cool to acquire these rare pieces of armor from the chests that were presented in that adventure map. So hopefully vanilla Minecraft will come up with a way to include those eventually. I should probably put them right there, but whatever. Second of all, I haven't played with most of the new toys that have been added since Minecraft versions 1.3, 4, and 5. So since we're now playing on 1.5.2, let's take a look at one pretty interesting addition here, and that is the item frames. As you can see, once you craft these frames, which is a very simple recipe, so let's go ahead and do so. 4, and leather in the center. You get these little item frames, which you can actually then go ahead and hang up on the wall. So we'll put our 4 newest additions up here. Once you've hung them, you can actually place items in them, and certain items, including the map, the compass, and the clock, will actually work correctly when they're on the wall. So these are all maps that we recorded during this playthrough, essentially just 5 here, and the Fallout map mainly comprised these 4 squares up there. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we brought back. This one looks like the bottom left corner, should attach right up there. Next, we have this one. Looks like the top right by that snowy area. That was kind of the conclusion to the map. So we'll hang it up there, if I can reach. This one, top left, you can see to the side of it there are many snowy areas, which we actually hit in the penultimate episodes before we fought the Ender Dragon. So it's nice to finally see how those fit in the map too. And last but not least, the bottom right corner. So let me stand on this jukebox here. This is kind of how our world map works right now, and you can see we're on this map. You can see the little cursor is in the manor right there. Really like this system here. I've actually generated blank chunks around the area of this. It's essentially 5x5 map place here. So the area is about 5,000 by 5,000 blocks, which is quite a lot. And as you can see, we've only explored something along the lines of half of it. These areas I touched on briefly, and these, but they didn't really get mapped out yet. Now, for the Better Than Wolves playthrough, I'm going to be exploring primarily these 4 areas. Remember, that's 1,024 blocks each. So that's a good 2,000 blocks square, 2,000 times 2,000 blocks to explore there. It's going to be quite an interesting area, one we've never quite headed to before. So if we've used up pretty much everything we need to, there's not a whole lot left to do in this playthrough. We defeated the Ender Dragon, we've got most of the loot that's available in the game, discovered potions, brewing, everything, really. So I'm going to want to get a fresh start here. There's a lot of new things happening with the new game in Better Than Wolves, so what I'm going to end up doing, I believe, is we're going to head into the Nether, and we're only going to have potions of swiftness and a minecart to get there. So, without further ado, let us go kill ourselves one last time. Get rid of all this XP. We don't want any unfair advantage here. How are you going to do that, Utak, you ask? Well, there's only one way to really do it. I've had so much fun in this manor all this time that the only thing I can see that it seems rather fitting would be to, you know, jump from the highest tower or something. Of course, I probably never did finish putting in, like, a proper staircase here or whatever, did I? No. Alright, I'll be back in half a second here. top of the elevator, top floor. Let's head out. Into the human chessboard, into the clock tower. Control rooms, we're on the 3rd floor. This is as high up as we get. TV security. What's next? Bell tower. You can see our sponge bell there. Whoops! Oh, this game just feels so kind right now. You'll know what I mean once we start the next playthrough, but this is a walk in the park doing this. And there we have it. The observatory deck, very top. Very top of the manor. It's been a fun playthrough, my friends. It's time to move on to bigger and better things. How am I going to do it? Something like that. So that reset us in the Fallout area, but as you can see, we're at a level playing field here. No extra XP, no extra items. So without further ado, we'll go back, get that Potion of Swiftness, get that minecart, and start heading out of the final journey. Alright then, one last look at the manor for now. And let's head on our way. Some people may recall, hell, I hardly recall it myself, but if you think, you'll remember that the main nether portal in this map is back in the Montmartre district, which is somewhere out to the east. It's kind of a pity we're not taking our maps with us, but thankfully we have this ultra-convenient rail system that took all those episodes to build, so here we are then. Cover my minecart, and let's take a look at the signs. To Grace Manor, to Palisade Village, clandestine. Let's go to Palisade. As I recall, this will actually propel us through. Here. Let's get out. There we go. Mob safe entrance. I always really liked this train station design. And now to Montmartre. In and accelerate. The devil? I guess I never actually finished this section of rails. Well, that's embarrassing. Be right back again. And we're back. Underneath the bowels of the city. See all those warships there? Alright. Here's the station. Now, while we still can find directions this way, we just have to get back to that. Oh, it's right there, actually. We'll recall this is that fated building, the place where we escaped from hell, or something like that. Or entered into it, rather. N for Nether. One last time. Let's go. So, I have a couple of problems that I really did with this series. First of all, the quality of the recording and the voice was not always spot on. To that effect, for the next series, I really do plan to be spending coughing up the $30 or whatever, and, good, we have quite a while with this. And actually buying Bandicam, finally. So, presumably, that'll be a pretty good investment, I think. You'll see it'll make the watermark that is associated with this video just kind of go away. That'll be nice. In addition to that, let's let the frame rate kind of settle down here. In addition to that, there were a lot of times during this series where I just sort of, took a pause, skip through a bunch of playtime and put some music in the background, and in retrospect, that probably wasn't the best choice. Like, it can get pretty boring at times, kind of like probably watching this choppy animation here. So, I know I really do need to do something different about that. Which I will. I'll try to always be giving commentary and not just making unnecessary music for the series coming in the future. I would really like it if my Nether would reload here. Yeah, so that'll be a big deal. I want to really be showing the struggle to survive. And finally, one more thing with that is I really think I've gotten better as a Minecraft player since the start of this series. I mean, throughout all 50 episodes, well, except for I guess the suicide counts, but I've done a hell of a lot of dying. I don't think there's ever been a time in this series where I, have gone an entire episode without dying unless it was an adventure mode episode or a creative episode. And, that's just something that I can seek to improve, honestly. So, these are just some little things which I think will really make the next series really exciting if you guys are willing to stay tuned there. So, and hell, if you're not, I can keep doing this for my own peace of mind. Minecraft's a fun game, and I think it only gets more entertaining when you record it, so. To the farther regions. You'll see, as we pointed out on that map at the very beginning, we're heading generally south and west to those last 4 map regions, so. We'll skip through the rest of this, then. Well, actually, no, I won't. That's kind of pretty much what I said I was going to avoid doing. There we go, now it's smoothed out. But yeah, nothing but a long walk into the distance now. That glass, let's see if we can recall, was that to another fortress? What does the sign tell us? Nether fortress to Southwest Sea. Nether center, and what's to the left? Is it giving us anything? You are around the southwest corner of the map, okay. Then the portal we're going to want to take is up that glass staircase, I guess. Really not a hard trip. 5,000 blocks in the overworld translates to a pretty small nether, honestly. And I suppose I'm going to have to generate some new nether areas to get, like, nether crystal, which apparently becomes a pretty important resource in Better Than Wolves nether quartz, that is. But overall, you'll see. See the hues of the portal up there? It's time to do it. And this is our nether exit. The Balrog. Greta, fearsome creature there. If we look at the coordinates here, you'll see we're at negative 2,300 and positive 2,300. The southwest corner of the map, more or less. So there's only one thing left to do. Point yourselves north, head out to the wilderness, set a new spawn point while I still have the ability to use beds properly, delete the bed, and that'll be the new series. This is it then. Thanks, YouTube, and I'll see you in the next series.